Hey guys, for this video I want to show you this GardePro trail camera. They were nice enough to send me this for free so I can make a video showing it to you. Now in 1 second we'll get it all set up and show you some clips of what we get out there. I'm hoping for some deer or at least some raccoons, but we'll see what happens. Only time will tell. We'll get to that in 1 second. Let me tell you some of the features and everything. Now first up, this is model A3S, and a couple of important things to point out. So for the most part, it is what you would expect out of the trail camera. You have your motion sensors. It has night vision, so it'll trigger and record. Records video, takes pictures. And we have a tripod mount. That's a 1/4 thread mount if you want to do it that way. Or it comes with this strap so you can wrap it around a tree and hold it on like that. Now, if we open this guy up, whoops, I'm hooked up there. This is the battery door, which I already had off. It runs on 8 AA batteries. Now, I don't know yet how long those are going to last, but it's a passive infrared system, so it's not like the camera's constantly on. How long the batteries last will largely depend on how much is getting recorded, how much traffic you have in front of it. So we'll see what happens. If like a windy day, branches cause it to trigger the motion sensor, it'll deplete the battery more. If you have, it's a trail camera, but if you had traffic or something going by and that was triggering it, the thing is you don't want false triggering of the camera because that'll drain your batteries faster. So be mindful of where you set it up and how you set it up. Now, on this side, we have our menu. We have a screen, so when we are setting it up, we can see the menu and all the different settings. We have 3 different positions on the switch: off, on, and set. Obviously set for setting the settings, then off and on. Now, it uses an SD card, but that is a full-size SD card. 90% of every device out there uses a micro SD card. Now, it's not good or bad whether you're using the full SD card or the micro. It's just you may not have a full SD card. So make sure you do, or like I have is this little adapter here. So my micro SD card slides into this adapter. Now I can put the whole thing in here. Well, we can just go ahead and do it right now. Just like so, and it just clicks into place. So you can do it that way. Now also, this is kind of a quirky thing. There's a USB-C port at the bottom and there's a DC barrel connection at the bottom. It does come with a USB-C cable, but there's no internal battery here. We're not charging any battery. The only thing I could possibly imagine the cable is for data transfer. If you don't take the SD card out, maybe you can plug the USB port into your computer and transfer it that way, which would be helpful if you don't have an SD card slot on your computer. But other than that, it's not a charge port, so I don't know. And then we have the DC port, which doesn't come with the cable, and I don't know why it's there. Now, I think that about covers everything. I can load up these batteries super quick, and we'll put it into the menu, and we'll adjust the settings. We want the video quality all the way up. It'll use more space on the SD card, but you guys want to see what kind of quality to expect. It also does record audio, so you'll get that as well. And we're going to strap it to a tree and leave it there for a couple of days and just see what happens. I've had a lot of deer activity, at least in one specific spot, so we're hoping that continues for the camera. They're not camera shy or anything. So we got all those loaded up. Now we're going to switch it to the set position. See, it comes up there, shows that we have the SD card. Now we do need to format the SD card. We've never used it in this camera before, so that is something we're going to have to do. Now we have a mode. Motion detection is what we want. And then video. I really only care about video. Maybe some of you guys want photos, but if it can record video, I can promise you it'll take a picture. Photo quality we don't care about. Video quality we do. We're going to go all the way up to the highest. That's the 1296p. We got flies in here like crazy. Video length just says okay. 10 seconds is not nearly enough. We want 5 minutes, which may be a little excessive, but we just want to make sure. It looks like that's the highest that you can go to. We want to make sure we get a video format MP4. Okay, detection delay is 10 seconds. The sensitivity is at M, which I'm guessing is medium. We'll leave it there for now. If we don't get anything, we may have to make it higher. Side motion sensors, we want those on. That'll give us a better heads up. If something's coming into view, we can start the recording before it actually gets in there. Date and time we don't care about. It'll just be wrong. Just don't pay attention to that. And loop recording we don't need. Okay, none of this is anything else that we need. Now let's see, what else do we have? Is that the only settings? Oh yeah, that's it. Okay, good. Where was the format? Did I miss how to format this thing? Format SD card. Okay, it's right there. Okay, we are all ready to go. We can button this guy back up. I'm going to be using the strap. It does have that little hole there. You could throw a padlock on there if you wanted, if you were worried about that. Hopefully it's not something you have to worry about. It's a sad day when you have to worry about those kinds of things. Okay, we're going to put the strap on. It just loops through these holes in the back and put it on a tree. As we get out to the location where we're going to put this camera, I wanted to point out to you, if you can see it if it focuses, the buckle on this. That tab is a spring-loaded tab, and I have maybe 10 of these cameras from different companies that they've sent me over the years, and I like that style a lot better. So the last trail camera that I was playing around with, it was just a buckle that folded over, but it wasn't spring-loaded or anything like that. And several times I went out to my camera and the buckle had come loose and the camera was just flopped straight down, so it wasn't recording anything. And that got fairly annoying because I thought I was latching it on pretty good and it just kept working its way loose. So the spring-loaded one, I was just testing it there in the garage and yanking on it pretty good, and it holds well. So I think this will work better. So here we have this nice opening here where I've seen them coming through. And I'm going to hook up to this tree, maybe this tree. I've been hooking up to this one, but it's at an angle. This one here is more straight up and down. But we might have to remove some of the branches there. But we want to look out this way. Maybe we can see them coming up that hill there or coming from the left. It's pretty dense from the right. I don't think they'll come from that direction, but they could come up the same way we walked. We'll find out. Decided to go back to this tree because I didn't bring anything to cut some of those branches. So anyway, found a little knot that we can lean it up against so that we still get it nice and flat. If you see, it is on there really well. It's not going to go anywhere. So that's what we're looking at. We'll check the camera in a couple of days. We got our camera on that tree straight ahead there. You can see there's a little bit of an opening in the trees here, but there's a lot of this kind of beat down. And I'm thinking they're coming as a trail right through here. You can see some different prints. So I think pretty good odds that we're going to have something coming through here. Well, let's keep our fingers crossed. So there it is, guys, our GardePro trail camera. Thanks for watching.